are tons of great defensive midfielders out there that can help you simply by watching them. And I really encourage you, whatever your position is, to watch professional players who play in your position. So next time you're watching a game, and you should be watching games frequently, because watching pros play is one of the best ways to help yourself understand the game better, understand the speed at which you should play, and just realize how much better you can become. When you're watching the game, do not just watch the ball or wait for the goals and really zone out. When you're watching, watch those players in different positions, but watch exactly what they do on the ball and off the ball. Notice their positioning, notice the types of touches they take, notice the range of passes that they make, notice their style of play. Just even take notes and try to extract as much information as possible from the player that plays your position. We are looking at the defensive midfielder, so that is that player that protects the back line. And basically that is your role in this position. You are there to clean up all the loose balls, all of the garbage, all of the scrappy play, all of the feisty tackles. That is what your team is expecting you to do in this position. Because usually in this position, they will have their one or two best creative players on the ball. So as the defensive midfielder, your job is to stop them from creating and getting on the ball as much as possible. Now, how do you do that? Well, you got to be aggressive, you have to have great fitness, and you have to be willing to stick yourself into tackles. You cannot be shy and timid in this position. If you want to play this position, you have to be willing to get your socks dirty. Go in hard on your tackles. I guarantee you, you will never get injured in a tackle as long as you are always the one going in harder. So go in hard, and I guarantee you, you're going to win that ball. And it's just about doing that time and time again. After you make a couple big tackles, you will realize how easy it is to win the ball simply with a better mentality than the player you're going against. In this position, make sure you close down that attacking midfielder on the other team as quickly as possible. Now, you don't want to get beat. Again, if you watch my video on fullbacks, defending is all about lateral motion. You just have to be able to move your feet quickly enough side to side and stay between the player with the ball and the goal. So if you can do that, you can learn to close down players quickly. You're going to be very successful. Training sessions, whenever you're playing in this role, whenever that player has the ball, close them down as quickly as you can. Do not give them a second to breathe. The quicker you can close them down, the harder time they're going to have, the more errors they're going to make, and the more success you are going to have in this position. Now, when you're playing in the defensive midfielder role, as well as being one of the biggest key players defensively, you have to be good on the ball because your team relies on you to distribute the ball. So a lot of times, you will be playing passes to either the fullbacks, spreading the field, or to the wingers directly. And this can be a driven ball in the air. It can be a driven pass on the ground. What you have to be sure of is that this ball does not get intercepted. Because a lot of the time, these are square balls, diagonal balls. If the other team intercepts this pass right here, boom, they're coming straight down with a lot of forward momentum. Accurate and with a lot of pace. You don't want to make any wimpy passes. I would much rather you overhit a ball or give your teammate a ball that they have a hard time dealing with than underhit it and have that ball get intercepted. One of your main roles in this position is switching the play. So a lot of times you are going to be asked to come and get the ball either off your center back or this fullback or even a winger trying to go backwards because they've been stopped by too many defenders up here. What you are going to do, instead of getting the ball, and what most players do is they'll put it right back here into trouble. So what you want to do when you come across to receive the ball here is you want to try to half turn, open up so you can see the full field, and then switch the play. So you're either playing to this fullback here, you can play to another midfielder in here, or you can play a long diagonal to a winger over here. But what you're doing when you get the ball comes from this side. Instead of going back in the same side where all of these defenders have shifted, you're going to make the ball do the work. You're going to open your body up, and you're going to switch the play across the field. What this does is it forces their whole team has to move over and react, and like they always say, the ball is faster than the man, so use the ball to your advantage. Big, quick switch. Remember, precise, accurate pass, so important. And now our team can attack here. The winger has the ball, the fullback can join in. Our striker is going forward, making a run, and we can attack quickly. So the quicker you can switch the field, the quicker your team can attack. One thing I want you to think about when you have the ball at your feet in this defensive midfielder role is, can we play directly? Like, obviously, you want to spread the play and switch the play, make the play wide to keep possession of the ball. Biggest key in this position is keeping possession. You are the player that makes this whole team tick, okay? So quick two-touch passing, good first touch into space, good accurate pass, and then move. See if you can get the ball back. But what I want you to think about when you have the ball at your feet, instead of always going wide, can we go direct? So can you either play into a midfielder here? Can you play into the striker here? Can you play into a winger making a run into here? Can we play direct? So again, we always want to keep possession. You don't want to force the play. But instead of always going wide, always playing the same pattern, can you try to play a player in a dangerous position as quickly as possible? And this is just going to force the other team to stay on their toes. They never know what to expect, and you're going to get a lot more scoring opportunities. At this point, when you play the ball into the striker or even the winger, can you get forward and make a run into the box? So when you do this, you have to communicate with your either communicate with your defenders, so both the fullbacks stay back, or you communicate with the other midfielder that they have to drop and cover you. When you do that, you can make a forward run and your team is going to be secure, because the bottom line is your role here is to protect the back line. So if you're always going forward but you're too lazy to get back, your team is going to be exploited by their attacking midfielder. Their central players are going to hurt your team. So make sure if you're going forward, someone's covering for you, and then you're busting your ass back as quickly as possible. Because number one, you are there to protect your back line from their midfielders. As a defensive midfielder, you need to have a lot of heart and passion. You have to be willing to sacrifice your body for the team. And when you're on the ball, you have to be able to keep possession. So really focus on your first touch and then the accuracy of your passes. And after that, moving into space. There should never be a time where you pass the ball and you stand still after. Pass, move into space, receive, pass again. Keep the rhythm of the team moving forward. Get the free training guide if you haven't already. Get Mental Mastery if you were serious about becoming a better player, because that program will absolutely blow your mind and change your way of thinking. Soccer Success Secrets is going to help you improve every area of your game, so I recommend you start with that program if you were looking into the advanced programs. Please come back tomorrow. I'm going to do a new video. Let's keep improving. Let's keep learning. Comment, like. It helps me out so much. And we'll see you next time.